when you prepare for your interview, the interview is not done the minute that you go to the interview. And it has to do a lot with this that we have in here. Is your heart in the right place? And sometimes, you know, you just can fake it, you can make it. Nowadays, because of the accountability of schools and the expectations that we have of teachers and the success that we want to reach, we want to get the right person on board. It used to be those who can do it, those who can't teach. And so a lot of the people go into teaching thinking it's a great job, you know, you have the whole summer off, the holidays off. It's no longer that way. This is a very, very important profession in our community. And so we're looking for the best people, the people that have their heart in the right place. Sometimes what we value or what we believe in is not necessarily what our actions are speaking. And so that's very important as you look into the future as an educator, as a teacher coming on board. You know, part of the interview process is your value system. You know, what is it that I value as an educator? What is my philosophy of learning and teaching? And how do I bring that to the table? Because if you do not have a solid value system as an educator, as an assistant principal, as a leader, what you find out is that your answers through the interview committee are not consistent. And those come up right away. I'm able to tell, is this something that is scripted, or is it something that this particular candidate is really portraying? And in here, I'm looking at the 3 C's of hiring. When you look at the 3 C's of hiring, and these ones are very powerful. The first C, are you caring? Are you compassionate? And are you competent? So you see, I can teach you to do anything else. I can teach you how to teach reading, writing, math, science. I can teach you all kinds of strategies and best practices. But one thing I will never be able to teach you is how to be caring and compassionate. And these are the children that what you do with them, it's gonna have long-lasting implications, you know, in the future for the community as a whole. And especially that we're looking now for students to be college ready. Every single moment and second that we are with our students count and make a difference. The product that we work with, which are the children that walk into our doors every day, are very delicate products. And those products, you know, are very sensitive. And so we need to make sure that as an educator, when I come, what is my value system and how do I live it? And that's why I say, you know, some people say have these great values when they write them down. But then when they say have people describe you, it is totally different how they describe you. And so very, very important. One of the things that I shared with the principals was, one of the things that I've been doing for EPISD in this particular campus is the question, one of the theories that I have is that why is it, and you probably experienced this, why is it that children who live south of the freeway do, you know, perform a lot less satisfactorily than those north of the freeway? Why is it that you go to a West Side school, and even though it's in the same district, and you go to a South Side school, there's a difference in the rigor of how instruction is delivered. And I can see it day and night. When I went from a school in Socorro, very successful school, Lujan Chavez, and I come to El Paso and I look at a lot of the schools in El Paso, I see day and night. So why is it that there is day and night? So one of the things that my theory was that it is the level of community involvement and the expectations that the community has on you. But it is easier said than done. So how do you get a community to have those expectations? You have to educate the community. You have to give them the right questions to ask the educators. You have to train them. So I went and I trained the principals on this thing that I call the focus group of communities, where I bring communities on a monthly basis, And everything that I know about education, they know, and they become ambassadors for that community. So when they go to parent-teacher conferences, and the teacher says, your child is doing very good, he got a B in reading, they're able to say, you say he got a B in reading, can you tell me which component of reading he's struggling with and how I can help you? As a teacher, you said, this very knows. And so the principals were saying, well, it's a lot of work. I said, well, let's reflect on our value system. You're telling me that you want to come and do what we've done the past 30 years and pretend that you're a great principal. I said, but if you really want to, test the waters, what is it that you're doing differently, to really and truly value what you say you value, which is the success of all students. And so in the interview committees, your value system does come into play, and so very important. What is it that you believe as you get ready for these interviews, okay?